Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's you, boy 3 Welcome to Boss Rush Island 1. Today we're going to be getting 160 pops versus Dreadbloon, starting off with a 1-2-0 Wizard Monkey. Use Benjamin as your hero, and as quickly as possible, we are going to be upgrading it to a 1-3-0 Dragon's Breath. I'm very sorry that I'm like an hour behind where I usually upload. I just kind of was busy at I have a job, so that kind of sucks. But anyways, place down Benjamin after the first pop, and then we're just going to be saving up for a balloon trap, place a monkey farmer, and then a 204. I know, crazy, never before seen strats. And now look, my start is pretty fast, but honestly later I just get really slow and like lazy because look, for a 160 pop run, it's very easy, okay? If you guys want to do higher points, look at my most recent video before these guides because I go kind of crazy on that. But anyways, we're going to be getting down 4 of these 302 tack shooters. Of course, if you're a little behind on monkey knowledge, you might want to place them a little bit higher, but whatever. After that, we're going to be getting up a 402 village in order to buff up even more tack shooters. You're going to want one here, and then ideally place them with enough room to get 4 of them up in the top. My placements are not perfect because this is my literal first recording attempt, so I ended up accidentally overbuying, but whatever. Yeah, just get down a bunch of these 302s, and then get one more at the bottom here. And now in terms of defense against these balloons that are going to be coming, we can just get a Spike Factory right here, which is a 032 on normal mode, and get down an Abysmal Dweller with Echo Sense Precision to see camos, although I'm going to be honest, that's probably not that needed. But yeah, now we're just going to be saving up for a big trap, of course, and getting down one more spike. Wait, tack shooter. I'm smart. But yeah, we can sell some of these tack shooters that are out of range and the Wizard Monkey and get the 45k for the XXL trap earlier, which is super sweet. Now we're going to be placing down some further defense because I remember support rock balloons being a big problem. We're just going to get down a Ring of Fire real quick. You guys can probably also get another 302 attack to be extra safe, but I feel like going for the Archimage is also going to be able to handle the rock balloons, so really you should be fine. After we get to Skull 40, we can sell all of our towers, other than please don't sell the big trap, and we can afford the Archimage. If you sell the big trap, buy it back immediately. I get some comments sometimes, and they're like, I made only one mistake, and I died instantly. And I'm like, what was your mistake? And they're like, I didn't buy the Archmage. Well, it's pretty important right now. It's the only thing dealing damage. I'm not sure how you thought that was an okay idea. No, I'm just kidding. All my viewers are tactical geniuses. Speaking of geniuses, we're going to be getting up a 204 village. Make sure it's buffing the big trap, and I guess it could buff other things too if you wanted to. We're going to get an overclock and a Spirit of the Forest. These guys are both going to help out with our damage. The overclock I feel like makes the Archimage at least 50% better. Actually, I think it's 66.66% better, but whatever. Up next, we're going to be going for the MAD and getting it a Jungle Drums, of course, because it's a free 18% attack speed. There's no reason not to get this upgrade. Come on. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and place down a second overclock. Yes, peak commentary. Once we hit the magic community, we're going to sell our Archmage in order to afford the Mad, who we're going to, of course, be overclocking. You can overclock it as a tier 4, and the overclock will last longer. But yeah, up next I get a Monkey City. Not entirely sure why, but this is the peak of gameplay. I'm not entirely sure if it's possible to get more points than this, but it might be. I will also release a video later where I get 40 more points than this, but that will not be a guide. That will be after the event is over. I figured, for Island 1, you guys only need 160 pops. I'm going to be honest. This way, one person can solo it in 2 days, or 2 people can solo it in, 3 attempts each. It's pretty chill. If you guys need more than 160 pops, you're kind of skill issued. I don't know, get a better clan. Oh, clans, right. Okay, get a Homeland Defense, get a Spiked Mines. It's a 502. Come on, pay attention to the video. But speaking of teams, if you want a team, join the Discord, which I will totally remember to put in my description or a pinned comment, one of those. I don't know. Check the comment section, leave a comment, and yeah. Anyways, use your Homeland Defense, and be sure to be overclocking your Mad and your Spike Factory. I guess the rest of the guides will be higher quality in terms of relative good score and commentary, but it's I don't know, for this one, even if you die twice, you can still get the same score, so I don't know, relatively follow it, but just remember I think the beginning is the most important part because it gets you set up with a ton of extra money, and yeah, the big trap is important. It just gives so much money. If I click on it, it's probably made 200k by now. But yeah, get down the other tier 5 spike factory, the carpet of spikes, yes. And then get down a Dart Paragon. You don't have to get it nearly as early as me. I'm like ahead of where you guys reasonably should be. Get an Ultra Boost for your spike factory. That's pretty important. I wouldn't forget that. You can tech bot the Ultra Boost if you're really lazy. Oh my god, I forgot to mention the farmer. Guys, there's a farmer. Oh my god. I will edit that in, and no one will notice the big cut where I mention to place down a farmer. But anyways, yeah, just target your spikes away from the boss during the support immune phase, and then after the support immune phase, you can just sell that Apex Plasma Master. It's only a degree 1 because the degree 1 does enough damage so that it just pretty much instantly destroys the 10 skulls that it needs to, so, you know, it's pretty chill. I mentioned leave a like and subscribe, but what I didn't mention is to use code YOBOY, that's YOBOI, in the BTD6 store if you want to support me. I know this is like, I should be spending the most high quality time on these guides, but really, I did one run, and now I'm doing my first voiceover, so that's lovely. We're building down the tier 5 darts, so get down your top path tier 5 and your 2 bottom path tier 5s, and keep in mind that, like, all my other content is way better. The Discord is amazing. Please use the Discord. If you can't get past Island 1, you should use it. And then also we get down the 205 tax zone and the Archmage in order to live more. It actually didn't really work out that well. You could get a Mad back here as well. You could get down, like, you'd spam stuff to kill these rock balloons. I didn't actually die because Spirit of the Forest generates so many lives, but, you know, if you want to be safer, just put down the Mad, put down Avatar of Wrath, you know, do something so that you won't die. And see, an important thing here is that I'm ultra boosting, I'm homeland defensing, and I'm doing everything and making sure that my super mines is targeted where it is currently targeted, right where that big red pile is coming, because that big red pile is going to go off and it is going to, like, one tap 5 of these skulls, which is, you know, really important. I guess if you forget about it, it still doesn't matter that much. Just because we just have so much extra time. Yeah, but you can see the whole game lags, and I go through 4 skulls instantly. Pretty cool. But yeah, use code YOBOY in the BTD6 store. It gives me 10% of your purchase, maybe 15%. I'm not too sure. It gives me a lot of money. I'm gonna be honest. I've made a good. Oh my god, yeah, and I'm also putting all that money to the Sarcoma Foundation. I don't know if you guys remember. There was this small YouTuber named Technoblade, and when he died of sarcoma, he raised a couple $1 million, and I'm hoping. I think we're on pace to raise $100 by June, by the end of June, which is how long I'm going to be putting 100% of money made from code YOBOY to the Sarcoma Foundation. Of course, I will be putting proof, I guess, in like something. I don't know. I think we're on pace to make $100, which is super awesome. I think we can do 150 though. If we keep on growing, you know, keep on doing things right, we can get $150 to go towards the Sarcoma Foundation in order to stop sarcoma. But yeah, place down your Dart Monkey Paragon where I do. You can max out the cash slider if you want to. I don't really remember if I did. I think I did. You can also place down a bunch of tier 3s if you want to, but if you're on pace here as much as I am, then you don't really need to. You can sell all your towers. I'd recommend to keep the super mines around, but you can sell all the rest of the towers and use that as cash slider for your Dart Monkey. And here you can see me really sweating with the Druid of the Jungles here because I'm going for a Paragon, the Druid Paragon, right, because I just said Druid. I'm so smart. I'm so smart. God, I'm just so tired from work. I had to clean up vomit off the school bus for a while, and that was fun. That was a good 20 minutes. I also went swimming to get a water bottle. But other than that, also my camp kids found my YouTube channel, but luckily none of them play balloons, so none of them are going to get this far into the video. Otherwise, they'll hear me complain about them. God, they suck. Oh my goodness. Except for you, Mason. I think Mason might watch the videos. But yeah, here I'm going for a Druid Paragon, but I'm doing it in a really stupid way. If you're going for the Druid Paragon for real, you should probably, like, be smarter. You should do boat farming. If you want to go for Paragons, do boat farming and get a Spike Factory Paragon. All right. If you watch my world record run from last week, you can see like vaguely how to do it. It's the exact same way, except for instead of using a temple, we're going to be boat farming a ton. So just keep that in mind. Use this week's start. I think this week's start's pretty good. You can also start with a spike factory, which is slightly better, but there's no video for it, so I guess watch my old videos if you want to figure out a spike factory start. But yeah, here we are. We got 157 pops, about to get 160, and then I will immediately buy a Druid Paragon and die because I didn't make wise financial decisions and I sacrificed all my money. If you do buy Druid Paragon, do not use any cash slider and just leave the Druid Paragon fine. That way you will keep the Dart Paragon, you can put it on last targeting, and you will actually live, which is pretty chill. You can put the Dart Paragon back on first later. See this $100,000 I'm sacrificing? That was stupid because now I have to sell the Dart Paragon to activate the ability, and now the Dart Paragon's gone. Dart Paragon's gone. Speaking, I died at DDTs, so that was fun. Hope you enjoyed the guide. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.